Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for coming. So we're just going to start, as we always do, with this opportunity of just getting quiet and sending gratitude out to the world. Let's take some slow, deep breaths to get into that peaceful, receptive state. So we breathe in slowly and deeply. We hold our breath. We breathe out. And then we hold our breath. Let's do that for a few more breaths. Now let's listen for our heartbeat. Our heartbeat, which is a pulse of light coming down through the silver cord from our mighty iron presence, anchoring in our heart, giving us life. Let's just see and feel and bless that heartbeat. That heartbeat that anchors into that beautiful threefold flame, which is the anchorage of our mighty I Am presence within our physical bodies. Let's just connect with that beautiful flame as we sit in that expanded golden flame in the center, golden yellow flame of wisdom and illumination, perception and discrimination. We see our bodies in this beautiful, dazzling golden flame. To the right, we can see the pink flame, that glorious, dazzling pink flame of pure divine love. And then we see to the left of us that beautiful, expanded flame, that sapphire blue, bringing into us the feeling of the will, the power, the faith, and the protection from our mighty I Am presence. See and feel and bless this glorious light. Let's take our awareness now up through the top of our head, through the silver cord, to our mighty, beloved I Am presence. Let's see this glorious, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving presence smiling down on us. Our wonderful presence of God, I Am. And now we see in the center of our chest a beautiful golden sun forming, dazzling and brilliant like the noonday sun. The beautiful focus of light from our I Am presence. Open our hearts and send love and gratitude to our mighty I Am presence for beating our heart and giving us life. And now we see those rays from our beautiful sun in the center of our chest, dazzling and brilliant, billions and billions of rays, going forth and connecting up with each and every miniature sun in all the cells of our bodies, our four earthly bodies, all those little inner wakas receiving this expanded light. Let's feel the joy, the happiness, and the gratitude of each and every little inner waka of our four earthly bodies. Sense and see and feel that wonderful light saturating our earthly bodies. And now let's just fill our feelings with a feeling of love and gratitude. And let's call to the beloved Ascended Masters, beloved Ascended Master David Lloyd, the great God of gratitude, to fill us, each one and all mankind, with this feeling, that light substance from the Ascended Master realm of gratitude and love. We see our beautiful suns turning a deep shade of pink with a golden radiance. Gratitude and love for all our many, many blessings. Gratitude and love to the great Ascended Hosts for these marvelous teachings. Gratitude and love for all our loved ones and our friends. Gratitude and love for our homes and our supply. Gratitude and love for all the many, many blessings that we receive daily on our earthly journeys. Gratitude to the great and beloved elemental kingdom, animate and so-called inanimate, the beauty and bounty of nature. God bless, love and thank them, each and every precious one. Gratitude to the beloved angels, and gratitude to all life on our beloved earth. And now we see these rays in this wonderful expanded state, forming a lattice of light, dazzling and brilliant. We see our entire earth folded in this glorious pink and golden light, saturating every part of life on our beloved earth, especially those parts of life that are never loved or thanked, with this wonderful gift, our opportunity of sending love, light, and gratitude to all life. And we just give deep, deep thanks for this.
Thank you. Oh, the rain started, so it's quite loud in my bus. But anyway, I hope you can hear me all right. Beloved Jeanette, will you be able to read the opening invocation for us?
Yes, I'd be delighted. Before reading the words of a master, we say together with mics muted, as suggested by beloved Lord Katumi. Beloved presence of God, I am. It is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Katumi, I ask for your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I am presence, take me within thyself. There instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you from beloved Saint Germain.
Thank you, beloved Jeanette. And I've just had a message from Donna to say she can't hear the rain, so that's good. Not that we don't love the rain. All right, so we've got John reading as he recorded it for us, and as usual, just pearls of wisdom from the great divine director. And then we're going to listen to this video. I know we listened to it quite a few months ago, but I woke up with it, actually, some of the words in my head today. So I thought, no, they definitely want this one. So the Beloved Sanat Kumara, the Earth's Crisis and Victory. And we know we are heading for mighty victory on our beloved Earth. So it's really exciting time, I believe. And then the reading from beloved Terry, she's, as we know, read that whole book, The Dictations by the Ascended Masters. Such a blessing, truly. And so we're just going to start reading. As we're not going to actually get into Lady Venus's dictation right now, because it's just too long, but we're just going to get the introduction from beloved MORYA, and I can tell you that's also profound. And then I'm going to finish off from beloved Otsuma from the Fujiyama retreat, and also something really quite just sort of like really important for us, I think. It all sort of quite a theme about Venus today. Anyway, so and then beloved John will take us through our decrees, and as we know, such an important thing, calling for the light for our beloved planet. So we're going to just listen to John reading this. Thank you.
The Great Divine Director, I Am Discourses, Volume 8, Discourse 19. Let me remind you, there is no one thing so important today, outside of the acknowledgement of the I Am Presence, as to call it into action, to use the violet consuming flame, so all discord and accumulation can be dissolved and consumed from your world. You cannot comprehend what this means to you in the intellect, but if you will only give obedience and make the earnest, sincere call to your presence, that work will be done. Remember, when you call your presence to form the tube of light about you, and set the violet consuming flame into action and continue it, it is done. The presence always answers. Then, don't let your human requalify it again, or believe it is not acting. If you do, with such a continued feeling, you will shatter that which you have called the presence to produce for you, because you are the authority, the decreer for your world. Its energy will act according to your decree, your feeling, because you are a being of free will. It is why, as you comprehend these simple laws of life and set them into action, you become an invincible being, whose power of light is the governing intelligence and activity of your world. Beloved ones, oh rejoice, do not accept in your world financial limitation, or limitation of any kind, ill health or disturbance. This power of light anchored within your heart is the power of life, the power of the universe, the greatest intelligence which exists. Its mighty energy released in the body will dissolve and consume, cause and effect, not only in the body, but in the feeling world of the individual and of every condition which disturbs you or causes pain or distress. If you realized it, you could stand and raise your hands to the presence, as if you grasped the power, the substance of the presence, and drew it down on the body. You could draw it into your body, and all pain and disturbance would be dissolved, which was ever created there, and at once. You don't have to wait days and weeks to do it. Today, in the intelligent release of the energy of the individual by the power of the presence, you can with the hands reach into the substance of the presence and sweep out all discord in your body or world. Try to feel that, and feel the authority of the presence, which is all-powerful, to charge your world with it, and do it now. Then, so quickly, feel the freedom which is yours, the health and the joy. You cannot have happiness, dear hearts, if your body is racked with pain and distress. No one can be happy in that condition. Suppose we took a body, for illustration, which was racked with pain from whatever cause. It does not matter. If the individual in the midst of pain would stand and give his or her attention to the presence, and call it into action with dynamic energy, in 10 minutes he or she could sweep the pain out of that body, and make no mistake about it, it is possible, if enough dynamic energy is released. I am determined individuals shall understand their authority for health, their authority for happiness, their authority for the release from the treasure house of their presence of the money supply which they require. By the powers of light, I command that to take place in the feeling world of mankind everywhere, and hold its dominion, so individuals may awaken and be the glorified beings which the light that beats their hearts entitles them to be.
Marvelous and so well read. Thank you, beloved John. And there it is. It's just such a wonderful thing. And I was just thinking while you were reading it there, I know it's recorded, but the power of the decrees that Guy Ballard used to give when he was in the 1930s, they were a real powerhouse. He demanded and commanded, and he got such extraordinary results. Anyway, so now we're going to listen to the words of beloved Sanat Kumara. Just lovely. This is an address by beloved Sanat Kumara from the Bridge to Freedom Journal, Book 1, The Earth's Crisis. Beloved infinite spirits of light and life eternal, who hold my ransom within your heartbeat. This is an editor's note. Through the effort and service of the Philadelphia group in the 1950s and the Transmission Flame Service, beloved Sanat Kumara was freed in January of 1956 after 4.5 million years of self-chosen exile to free the people of the earth. He returned again in the 1970s to assist Saint Germain at this critical time. He says, I greet you in the name of the Holy Brotherhood who lives but to set life free. I bow before the light that is within the flaming presence of your heartbeat, for that light is the hope of the world. It is the assurance of the permanent place in the solar system for the earth, which has been your host for century after century of time. Within that heartbeat is the redemption of the energy which has made a death shroud of her garments of immortality. Within that heartbeat is the divine alchemy by which the cry of pain and agony which rises into the atmosphere may be transmuted into the paean of praise and join the great music of the spheres as the anthem of freedom for a star that shall yet shine with the light as of the physical sun. Is it not right and proper that each and every one of us, who live but to serve life, should bow before the presence of light within the heart of even the most humble, of even the deepest sleeper? Why? Because once awakened, that intelligent light, molded by the power of creative thought and feeling, becomes the master control of all substance and all form. I have watched carefully the light in your heartbeats, for it is the ransom which you have chosen voluntarily to pay, that through your own free will, the chains that have bound me in the self-chosen exile of the centuries might be removed, and, unfettered, I might rise on your love to my star, to my beloved, who has waited for eons of time that I might fulfill my promise to her when I said adieu, thinking it but a matter of a few short years before I would return. Standing together in the light of Venus, hearing the songs of the great celestial choir, looking at your sweet earth, I said to her, Beloved, I go on wings of love to a planet that is in pain, and because I believe in the ultimate goodness of life, that planet one day shall send me home. She smiled and said, Go in peace, beloved, and I shall do for us both that which you, as Lord of the Star, would wish me to do, and however long your exile, I shall wait with anticipation your return. It has been a long time, since the Lemurian pole star shone, since the great Kumaras and I swept through the ethers towards the tiny flickering points of light representing my faithful ones, who had prepared for me Shambhala. It has been a long time since the glory of Shambhala was known across the face of your earth, and since you, consciously, through the outer forms that you then wore in grace, walked over the great carved bridge into the city of the sun, and stood before me in the temple, receiving into the braziers that you carried the immortal flame of eternal life, which was to burn upon your hearths, within your homes, in your local temples, for the 12 months to come. And yet I vouch that tonight there is not a heart within this room to whom I speak who does not remember with a thrill in their feeling world that day. Friends of the ages, friends of Venus among you, friends of Mercury, friends of Uranus, and friends of the earth, friends of the sun, angels and elementals, I bless you for coming to a point of conscious awareness that makes you desire, within the deepest recess of your hearts, to invest your sweet energy in creating an orbit of light for this earth and taking upon your shoulders the responsibility that I have carried so willingly of making this dark star a sun of light. You can understand, you who have desired freedom from the shackles of human bondage, what gratitude you feel toward the action of the violet flame in setting you free. Some of you have questioned within yourselves today the coming of the Lord of the world, because of a humility in the outer consciousness, or because of an uncertainty in the feelings. You have wondered that I should come among the sons of men. In whom would I be more interested than those who have offered their lives, that I may return to my star before she passes through her initiation into greater freedom? You have been told, and rightly, that before I return to Venus, we would walk and talk with the children of earth. We would visit their homes and bless their consciousness, and this night is the fulfillment of that promise. Beloved friends of God, you within whose hearts burn the desire for justice, may I remind you that the light of the world is primarily released through the qualities of the feeling nature, which are constructive in intent and which call forth from the lives you contact happiness, harmony, contentment, peace, and cooperation. Those of you who are earnestly desirous of becoming the light of the world may, through the use of the sacred fire of your own heartbeat, pour through your feeling world the substance of my own energy, keeping careful watch on the qualities that you allow to generate and radiate through the feelings, because they create either shadow or sunshine. Through your lips you proclaim that you wish to serve the light. If your feelings generate qualities of depression, heaviness, discontent, and discouragement, you are unconsciously weaving the shroud of human creation around the planet, rather than weaving the immortal garments of freedom, which give her a permanent place as a shining orb of light. The contagious power within the feeling world, when once understood by the Chela and disciples, becomes the predominant activity in transmuting the shadows of earth into sunshine. You know this yourself through the most simple and homely of examples. Happiness begets happiness. Optimism begets optimism. Kindliness begets kindliness. And in another, a smile begets a smile, and a frown begets a frown. For one who is a conscious controlling factor of his own feeling world, there are 100 who are mirrors that reflect that one, who desire to be master. Oh, surely, as you walk among the ways of earth, you will contact depression, you will contact unkindness, and you will note that it is the predominant feeling of your own world to mirror these qualities on the instant, but later comes the mastery of the electronic light substance that will make you one day a lord of the flame. You must no longer mirror the feelings directed at you or that flow unconsciously through your environment. You must create consciously the vibrations in the feeling body that are a contagious power of good, to be absorbed and accepted by the individuals that life draws around you, and which will make them light conductors also. This is the practical aspect of your service. If you choose in heart and soul and spirit to do that which you profess to do with your lips, and that is, to give me my freedom, the feeling world is the determining factor in the final analysis as to whether, at the close of the 20-year span, when life chooses to remove me from this screen of action, and this is an editor's note here, Sanat Kumara returned after just 4 years of the allotted 20 years in January of 1956, due for the most part to the light generated by the monthly transmission flame service. Mankind is capable, either individually or collectively, to emit enough light to sustain the place of the earth in this system. You will excuse my extreme enthusiasm on this subject. I do not mean to shock you unnecessarily, for I love you, oh yes, I love you so much more than your own life can yet believe possible. I have proved that love. I have stayed with you, believed in you, covered you with the mantle of my own life, and poured out from my own body for millions of years the radiance that the earth was required by cosmic law to emit. I shall love you always, here and when I have returned home, but my love is great enough to show you a practical way by which you, sweethearts, and the hope of heaven and earth may become myself in action. When I first took up residence in the heart of Shambhala, the earth was in a sorry state. Then it was that the Great White Brotherhood was conceived within my mind and heart, in the hope that among the sons and daughters of the evolution of earth and the guardian spirits who had become caught in the meshes of the human effluvia as well, some would choose at inner levels to join me and in some measure help me to reach the consciousness of just a few, who would choose then to control their energies and become light bearers. I had nothing to work with but light and love, and many centuries passed before even 2 life streams applied for membership. One later became the Buddha, and the other became the Cosmic Christ, Lord Maitreya. The Brotherhood has grown through the ages and centuries until most all the offices are held now by those belonging to the evolution of the earth, and those who have volunteered to remain among her evolution. It comes now to the hour when my successor, beloved Lord Gautama, is to take upon himself the office of the head of the Brotherhood and the Lord of the world, and I shall pass into my own evolution again. It is a custom when a member of the human race enters into the Great White Brotherhood that the applicant is brought before Lord Maitreya, and there is vested with a blessing of my own blazing star of light, and the initiation which takes place unites the consciousness of the outer self with my own body for all eternity. This does not take place until, within the heart of the student and disciple, there is created an individual star, which externalized signifies to the Brotherhood that such a one is ready to merge his own personal life in God's service for the good of the whole. It is my joy to place that star within each of your auras as soon as your own heart's light signifies that you are ready to accept this blessing and responsibility, to make you a light bearer, vested with the power to change the feeling world of all with whom you come into contact, not through the effort of human will, but through the power of the flame which is your heartbeat. Stirring words from beloved Sanat Kumara. I just think of that great being, 4.5 million years. And when I remember reading one of the dictations, they thought maybe 200, 300,000 years, because it wasn't the first time that he went and set a planet free. But my goodness, because I think it was that so many of the laggards, as they call them, the laggard souls were dumped on the earth. So that's why I think it took, I don't know, so long. But anyway, we're onward and upward now, and there's lots of help and lots of victories. So now we're going to listen to beloved Terry. She's from that recording, and it's just from beloved MORYA.
Address by beloved Lady Master Venus. Introduction. Our love and gratitude extends to the ascended Lady Master Venus, who made the personal sacrifice of her beloved complement, Sanat Kumara, possible. Sanat Kumara, released by Venus's renunciation of his presence and assistance in helping her to sustain the light, government, radiation, and general vibratory action of the star, Venus, which both had vowed to protect, guard, govern, and expand in grace, came to the earth many ages ago. His aura, his counsel, and his love have enabled our earth to remain in the solar system until there would arise from the mankind evolving here life streams able and willing to perform this service. It is to be remembered that the sacrifice of beloved Venus, in assuming the double service of herself and Sanat Kumara, is equally commendable as that of the great Ancient of Days, Sanat Kumara. He has remained with the earth hoping for the development of the love and light of its evolution, so that he might return to his own star, feeling that the earth and her people would eventually emit enough light to sustain her place in the solar system to which she belongs. We are extremely grateful to beloved Venus and to the Kumaras from Venus, to beloved Meta, daughter of Sanat Kumara, and to those beings from Venus who chose to precede him and create his residence at Shambhala. We are also grateful for the marvelous service of Venus herself, which enabled Sanat Kumara to continue his self-chosen exile unto this day. The recalcitrant members of the human race and their guardian spirits, awakening from the soul sleep of the ages, are now preparing to assume the obligations, responsibilities, and the necessary self-disciplines required to create and emit individual and planetary light from the earth. Thus, the exile of Sanat Kumara will shortly be over, allowing him to return to his beloved Venus to complete his service there. The planet Venus belongs to the solar system above that to which the Earth belongs. The planet Mars belongs to the solar system below that to which the Earth belongs. Ere long, there will come a cosmic moment when the central sun of this galaxy will use the cosmic power of love divine, centripetal force, to draw the 7 suns of this galaxy closer to its heart. This will raise our present sun to the place now occupied by the sun around which Venus circulates, and at the same time will raise the planet Earth into the orbit at present occupied by the planet Venus. Presently, the 7 suns of the galaxy are preparing for this cosmic moment by drawing their individual planets towards themselves in a horizontal activity, so that all will be in readiness for this coming cosmic initiation. When the sun above us and its planets move closer to the radiant light of the great central sun, the cosmic law requires that Sanat Kumara be with the Lady Master Venus on their own star, Venus, to assist in its initiation. Thomas Prince.
Thank you, Terry, for reading that whole book. It's just amazing. So we were told by the Ascended Masters that the Earth will actually go into Uranus' spot, which is all part of our solar system. And Venus, I believe, goes to Bella, but then it will go up a bit like in a zigzag. So we will be going up into that next spot. So this is why it's so much happening on our planet at the moment, because the cosmic in-breath is already happening, we're told. So that's why there's a lot of things being brought up for people to look at and address, things to be redeemed. And so next week we'll be reading from Lady Venus herself. That was just the introduction by Beloved MORYA on force fields and our 4 low bodies. Just such important information as well. So this is a note. So Beloved Sanat Kumara returned to Venus, his home planet, and was released from his millions of years of self-chosen exile in January of 56. He temporarily returned again to help Saint Germain in the 1970s and is currently in embodiment to bring humanity a great gift and to lift the curse of Cain and the sweat of the brow. He is soon to return to his home Venus, we're told, very soon. And so the curse of Cain was the effect of our misuse of life and light from our I am presence, which caused the loss of the use of light rays, which provided all we needed in the world of form. So we turned away from the light and gave our attention and power to the outside world, looking for our happiness and supply from there, which is never constant or reliable. We lost the ability to precipitate through our I am presence all we need from the universal light substance, which is ever present. We know it's everywhere. And we began to sweat at the brow for our supply. So this is now to end, and we are again to turn to the ways of light and live according to the immutable universal laws that govern our lives. And so we know his final gift is the lifting of the curse of Cain on the sweat of the brow from humanity before he returns, which is very soon. So this is the gems from the Ascended Masters. This is just lovely. It's from Beloved Morgan Le Fay, and it's from Mighty Virgo. And she says, Beloved ones, life is precious, both for you and for the elementals. I do not wish to go into this matter too deeply, as we are in a moment of joy, celebrating the light that expands on earth and in the hearts of humanity. But I want you to know that we suffer too much from human discord. We suffer too much when there is war. We suffer too much from any conflict between people or nations. Therefore, I believe it is time for humanity to learn to respect the elementals of nature, whether from my kingdom or the kingdom of Neptune, which is water, Aries, which is the air, and beloved Aromasis, which is the fire. Elementals. Know that our children are as dear to us as your children are to you. We love every gnome, fairy, elf, Undine, Sylph, and Salamander, who serve us immensely. They are dear to our heart, and they exist for the purpose of serving you and mankind, and they serve with great joy. Every electron is directed by an elemental. Each grain of sand is ruled by an elemental. Every flower, leaf, tree, and plant are supported by an elemental intelligence. Every insect, every animal, bird, or aquatic being, every wind current, every cloud formation, every force of nature is directed by an elemental or diva. Your physical bodies are supported by elementals. Each organ in your body is also supported by an elemental that works under the direction of the body elemental. Where there is manifested life, we are there, serving, cooperating, and bringing you the gifts of nature. Now tell me, how many of you remember to thank us at least once a day for our service? You see, I am not needy, and we do not stop doing our work if you do not acknowledge it. But you know, gratitude is something magical. Gratitude is so much a magnet of blessings for you, as well as a source of joy for me and my children. You see, a family of gnomes. You should see a family of gnomes jumping and dancing in your garden when you remember them, when you remember to water your plants, to spruce up your beds and keep them green and vibrant. They are grateful. My beloved ones, how happy and grateful they feel. And I just remember one time, years ago, we were all in Cape Town as Chilas, and we went with Norman to visit a friend, also a fellow Chila, Charles, in Cape Town, in Constantia. And he definitely was part of the elemental kingdom, I have no doubt. And we arrived there, and Norman's inner sight was opened, and Charles had this hedge going around his property, and he could see all these elementals, and they were super excited. They were jumping up and down, welcome, welcome. And they were doing handstands and cartwheels and all sorts of things along the hedge. It was just so lovely. And then they jumped down and they were telling him their names, and it's just so wonderful it was. Anyway, so now we have our time to make this decree for our brothers and sisters that are caught in the psychic and astral realms after they've left their bodies. And we know a lot of them now are going to the violet flame temples, which is such a blessing. But they need our calls, the Ascended Masters, for this to happen. So we say together, beloved presence of God, I am in me, and beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my heart, and beloved Saint Germain, while my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be taken immediately into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so they carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We so decree it, and so be it. Beloved I am, and we accept this done here and now with full cosmic power, and we thank you. Thank you, thank you. And this is lovely. I was going to, I don't know, I couldn't get the downloader to download off the YouTube, so we're getting a slightly different one. I think we might have seen it before, but it's just lovely how the animals also feel that great love for us. Such a lovely video there. Anyway, so now we have our opportunity to make those calls for all our animal, insect, and reptile friends. And so we say together, beloved I am presence and that of all mankind, charge your mighty light of mercy and compassion to flow through us all and bring comfort and freedom to the animal, insect, and reptile kingdoms. May each human being remember and accept their responsibility as guardians and protectors of this planet's pure and innocent life until all is set free and their divine plans fulfilled. We so decree it, and so be it. In God's most holy name, I am. We accept it done, and we thank you. Thank you. And then before we have John taking over for the decrees, I'm going to finish off with beloved Otsuma. Wonderful. We've once had 3 weeks now. This is the final one because it was quite a long dictation he did was in Friendship with the Gods, from the Bridge to Spiritual Freedom. And we know that he is at Kamakura's retreat in Fujiyama, Mount Fuji, Japan. And he says, I personally am now returning to be at Fujiyama for the next several months, giving freedom to another of our members to come to assist in holding the magnetization of the violet fire over Long Island, New York. And we know that's a very, very important place for our planet. We're told often by the Ascended Masters, and through the readings we've come to realize that, so that it can remain and be sustained at this location. We are all most mindful of the magnificent results thus far as an effort of this focus. However, may I remind you that the energies of all the Chelas throughout the earth, serving through the avenue of the Bridge to Freedom, have a responsibility to assist in the purification process here established. It has been a very illuminating experience for me, for I have had the privilege of joining my consciousness with the glorious beings from other planets who come to this focus to energize it by their presence and then return to their stars to report to their superiors as to what is taking place. As you surely realize, the progress of the Earth is of vital importance to the other planets in the system, for the forward push is definitely in progress, and the Earth and her evolutions must be ready to take their place in the orderly progression which is close at hand. Contemplate this in your hearts and examine then your consciousness, your actions and reactions, and surely as illumined Chelas, you will realize that nothing, absolutely nothing, is of greater importance than serving with the spiritual hierarchy to fulfill the divine edict for the cosmos. In the days of Lemuria and Atlantis, warning after warning went forth, telling the citizens of impending events, and you are aware of what happened to many in those dark hours. Wise is he who sets the personal desires aside and listens to the voice of the I Am Presence within, whose voice is saying always, come into my heart, blend your energies with mine, and know the fulfillment of God's purpose, that you shall quickly experience the ecstasy of living and serving at one with the Godhead, the creator of all life, in the sincere heart prayer of all of us who serve from the realms of perfection. Thank you for allowing me to come into your presence, and should you feel that I can assist you in your endeavors, you have but to call to me, Otsuma, and I shall, in reverence for the life which beats your heart, joyously come to help you. And there we should call to him. Part of, obviously, his service is to expand the violet flame. So it's a wonderful thing for us to call to him when we're calling for that violet flame, I think. Lovely. And bless him. Thank you for all that we've had. And now we're going to, this is lovely. We're going to finish off with this wonderful, it was a flash mob. It was actually in Brazil. And, but you'll just see, it's just lovely. And the radiation, obviously, that sent out, the joy of the people that were listening to this, and they all joined in. It was just really lovely. Certainly a joyful lot for the Brazilians. I just love it. They all joined and had a really good time. Sent out lots of good energy to the world. Thank you so much, beloved John.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Thank you, beloved Auntie, for bringing us these weekly teachings, these messages, and these videos. They are truly inspirational. Now that we are in a place of peace and harmony, beloved mighty Empress, take command of us all. Produce your mighty perfection through our decrees. Beloved Ascended Masters, we give you full permission on behalf of ourselves and of all mankind to do whatever is necessary in this lower realm, to fulfill the divine plan, and we call for you to charge your mighty power, to charge your mighty power and give whatever energy may be lacking from our side into all our decrees, so they can manifest here and now, all according to thy will. And we call to you, beloved Archangel Michael, to send cosmic rays and mighty angels of protection to protect us and all who have joined, for all the energy released to be purified and used only to serve the pure divine light. And so be it, beloved I am, we thank you. We say together, mighty I am present, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely, and illumine the source thus may never act again, and raise up to positions of power the divinely chosen leaders. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. Beloved mighty I am presence, beloved Archangel Michael and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me, charged with your invincible protection, all-powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. I am grateful that we are given whatever added protection is needed. What we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. I just visualize that tube of light coming down from our I am presence, that mighty pillar of brilliant blue and crystal light, blazing up through and around us, 9 feet in diameter, 3 feet each side of us, that thick wall at the edge, stronger than any steel. Build your wall of light. See Archangel Michael's armor of light around us, forming that impenetrable pillar of protection. Around ourselves, this group, our families, friends, and around every constructive person across the face of the earth. Every beloved one, standing up for truth, justice, and freedom. God bless, direct, perfect, and protect each and every one. Thank you. I am the law of forgiveness for myself and all mankind, for all mistakes, misqualified energy, and for straying from the light. Beloved Lady Master Kuan Yin, through the love, power, and authority of our beloved I am presence, we call to you. We ask you that you fill us with your ascended master feelings of mercy and forgiveness for ourselves and all of mankind. That we just feel deeply that sincere desire to be forgiven and to forgive any and all parts of life that we have misused and misqualified, and every mistake which our outer selves are responsible. Just feel deeply in your heart that gratitude for this great gift of this law of forgiveness that is such a blessing to all mankind. Beloved mighty I am presence and that of all mankind, forgive, forgive, forgive each and every one of us. Thank you. We call to the great central sun to charge your secret power into these decrees. And we call for beloved Saint Germain to anchor a cosmic concentration of violet fire in America and wherever else it is needed in the world, here and now, and we thank you. Our violet fire decree. Mighty I am presence, beloved Saint Germain, and those who minister to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire, and cause a mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels descend with your purple wands of fire and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all, cause, core, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness, the divine plan fulfilled, and light from the secret love star. We thank you. Our decree for the elementals. I am the light of God that never fails, purifying, loving, thanking, and blessing the great directors of the elemental kingdom and every beloved earth, water, air, and fire elemental for your ceaseless service to me and to all mankind. I am the mighty cosmic light awakening all mankind to the great intelligence of this kingdom, and remove from elemental life today the necessity for longer obeying the destructive impulses of mankind. And so be it. Beloved I am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I am presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree, I am the presence charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. Our decree for the purification of our beloved earth. In the name of my mighty I am presence, and by the power of the great host of ascended beings, we demand a cosmic living sword of blazing flame continually strike into all human miscreations back to the very beginning, causing all negative energies and entities in the psychic and astral realms and in the consciousness of all mankind to cease to exist forever. The cause, core, effect, record, and memory, freeing all human and elemental life from that which was never meant to be, and ensuring the psychic and astral realm is no more. Replace it all with the immaculate concept for all life, ascended master consciousness, and light substance from the secret love star. That thy will be done, and so be it, and so it is. Beloved I am, we thank you. Our decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice, blazing throughout the world right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury. Knowing that I am all-powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done everywhere, here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, right now and forever. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And now, before we say our final decree, by the love, power, and authority of our beloved mighty presence, we call to you, beloved mighty victory, to fill us with your full feeling of victorious accomplishment, that cosmic feeling of ascended master victory. We say together, I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, right now and forever. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and doubled each instant of each hour, until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And as we end now, we focus on the beloved love star radiating within our auras, placed there by Beloved Sanat Kumara, as a gift to all humankind, assisting us in holding that frequency of unconditional divine love, a true cosmic blessing. We love and thank you, beloved mighty love star, and ask that you expand your mighty supreme light through our four lower bodies, and to saturate all whom we pass by on our earthly journeys with unconditional love. And to that mighty secret love star shining from the heavens for this 2,000-year period, we bless and thank you, and all the mighty cosmic beings from the great central sun holding this focus. Expand your supreme light through our individual love stars and around all life evolving on our sweet earth. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you, everybody, and blessings to all.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, beloved John. And now we've got the final one. And I just thinking, Delia, beloved Delia, would you like to read the closing invocation?
Hello, Anthea. Thank you. My voice is a little bit shaky, but I will do so. Okay, the closing invocation. Beloved I Am Presence and beloved Master Kuthumi, nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world and the world of all my fellow men. Beloved Presence of God I Am, pour the light of thy great glory upon my consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the Masters. We thank you.
Marvelous. Thank you so much. And now let's just take a moment of gratitude, truly gratitude for all these marvelous teachings, gratitude to our I Am Presence, the great ascended hosts, gratitude for our beloved, wonderful world, and our opportunities to serve the light. We just give deep, deep thanks. Thank you. And then just before we end, I'll ask for all those watching on YouTube or BitChute afterwards, please subscribe, like, and ring the bell. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to quickly stop the recording.